Welcome back to Vibe Theory. I'm your girl, L-Boogie.
And what's up, everybody? It's Beeze coming back from vacation
Yeah.
with a nice tan.
Good. She's all golden now. She has an even glow. Got a fresh dew and everything. Sparkling. Lord, I love it. I love it. Well, I'm glad you had some good R&R, and hopefully you're ready to get back into it and just hit, hey, we're ready to do it, right?
I
Rock
am,
and roll.
fam. I am. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, guess what? It is also June, which means it is
Yes.
Black Music Month. And
Yes.
NPR's Tiny Desk is doing what we've called, and what they've been doing now for the last, the fifth straight year in a row. But they're dedicating their entire month to honoring the culture, the
Yeah.
foundation, and the legacy of Black music. And
Yes.
so this year is very, very special because they are paying homage to a full tribute to BET
Yes.
and Video Soul, Rap City, 106 in Park. So the network that showed up for Black artists when no one else would. They
Mm-hmm.
also built 10 artist lineup that will reflect that exact spirit. The 10 performers, 10 artists, multi-generations, multi-genres. So I want to stress that this is multi-genres, guys. We have also, and Mr. Bow Wow, who is Mr. One in Park himself, right? 106 in Park.
106 in Park. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So today's Vibe Theory, we're going to walk through every artist in this lineup. We're going to talk
Mm-hmm.
about their Tiny Desk moment. Now, only a few have already actually been uploaded into YouTube. So today what we're going to discuss is Floetry and Gina as the two artists that we're going to take a look at and just talk about their performances and what it says about the state of Black music right now and who the real standards are. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's just go ahead and cut to the chase and let's begin.
Well, first, I'm gonna be honest. I love. First off, I love that Floetry has hooked back up and they're touring. So,
Yes.
kudos to that. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I caught them when they first got together and started in the States. So, if you've never seen Floetry perform,
I've never
do
seen it.
it.
I've seen
Do it.
Marsha perform solo, and it
Nah,
was good.
nah. You gotta
Gotta
see
have them
them
together.
both together.
Yes.
It's a certain magic with the two of them together. I mean, Marsha's good, but
Mhm.
it's something about Floetry
Right.
that stands out. Hence why it worked, and their career really never took off when they went separate.
Right.
Uh, and seeing their performance, it just brought back memories for me
And
because hearing, yes, because say yes, because that's always my favorite cut. Say yes is my all-time fave. And,
yes.
it's getting late, superstar,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know, I I loved it. And, and to see the flow assist, so the
Yeah.
stuff sister still looking good,
Yeah. That's the
and
thing. They look like they didn't even age none. You know. That's
and
what.
I mean, and didn't miss a beat,
Right.
and I love that, and it's just hearing that rapport still, and hearing the flow. I mean, again, if you've never seen them live, anyone who watched the Tiny Desk performance, you got to taste. You got to
Absolutely.
taste because that's what they did. What is it?
Oh
20 years
gosh.
ago.
20 years ago.
So
Yeah.
you got that same performance that they did then that they're doing now. And
Mhm.
they're sticking to what made them famous. And
Mhm.
that's what I loved about their performance. I mean, mwah.
Right,
that, that
exactly.
that
So
that's
let's talk
really all
about
I
the
can say.
performance itself because I thought the performance was magic. Honestly, from all of the musicians. So the musicians
Mhm.
they came ready, locked and loaded,
Of
right?
course.
From the
Yeah.
keyboardist to the drummer. Oh my God, the drummer was amazing, right? So
Yes.
yeah, and then the guy on the bass. Oh, the guy on the bass wanted to let loose. The big guy on the
Yes.
bass wanted to let loose. He did a couple times. I was like, oh, he walking with the bass. I'm like, what's going on? This
And
guy
that's what they
walking
did
with the
live.
bass. It
That's
was
what they
live.
did live, and so, like I said, you got a taste of what they did 20 years ago with
Wow.
this same album,
Wow.
and they didn't miss a beat. They did not miss a beat, and I mean, and even with, just 20 minutes with
Yeah,
Tiny Desk, like I said, you got a taste of what they did then, and they're
absolutely.
still doing the same thing. I mean, when my wife saw me
Absolutely.
watching it, she came out, she's like, "They look like they had AIDS." I'm like, "And they still sound
Yeah.
amazing." And they did. I mean, they still brought it, and yeah, so I mean,
It was
I'm
funky, it
so
was
glad.
soulful, it was neo soul, it
Yeah,
was everything all rolled into one. I
it
mean, that
was.
performance. Now, let me ask you a question though. Do you
Yeah.
think that they're going to come with maybe a new studio album? Do you think that that may be in the works? Or should they do
I
that? Let's ask that question. Should they even
I
worry
hope
about
so.
doing that?
And should they? Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be honest, with the music that's out there now,
Mhm.
to have Floetry come out with a new album after so many years, it would be refreshing, but also introducing those who may not know who Floetry is.
Absolutely.
Because
Totally agree.
there's no one like Floetry out there in the industry right now, in mainstream. There's no one like Floetry.
Mhm.
So do it, especially
Right.
now with them touring. I would think that there's an album in the works. Should they release a new album? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Absolutely. And
They
I agree
should.
with you on that because I think like even when they're on now that they're touring, I think
Mhm.
because like you just said alluded to earlier, the chemistry, right?
Yep.
And so when if you have two creatives and they're going at it in this live production, trust me, ideals are flowing. So you're going to want to lay that stuff down. I'm telling you,
Yes.
it's just a matter of what they be doing, whether they're, practice sessions before shows,
Yes.
afterwards, or whatever, just doing jam sessions, whatever it may be. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure because if you are a true musician and you love the craft, you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, hey, this sounds amazing. Let's put this on wax.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just the ultimate next step. So I can't wait for
Absolutely.
it. If they do it, I think that they're going to have great success. One.
I honestly do. I honestly do, and I mean, and with doing another tour with a new album, I
Yeah.
mean, you can play the old stuff, you can play
Mm-hmm.
the solo stuff that they've done, even the works that they've done with other artists. Because I mean,
Artists.
the Flowist, she's done work with Michael Phelps,
Yeah.
not Michael
Mike Phillips.
Phelps, but Mike
Mike
Phillips.
Phillips.
So
Mike
yeah, so
Phillips.
I mean, and Ambrosia, I mean, the amount of
Mm-hmm.
work that she's done with other artists as well, and then on top of that, her solo career that she's
Yeah.
done. So you've got the body of work there to be able to do another album and to do a
Yeah.
US tour with that
Absolutely.
album. So
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
mean, the sky's the limit with what they can do. I mean, especially with the music that's out there and the resurgence with what you've been saying. We've got a resurgence of neo soul that's
That's
coming
right.
back, and especially with what the UK is doing, it
Absolutely.
just makes sense that
Absolutely.
Floetry comes in and does a
Absolutely.
new album.
Absolutely. This is I'm telling you, we are witnessing living in a real life renaissance right now.
Yeah,
And I mean, just watching it magically appear in front of your eyes,
yeah,
being a part of that is just amazing because when you think about the instrumentation, and this is one thing that I love about the Tiny Desk sessions,
yes.
first and foremost, is whomever is miking that entire section up. Oh my gosh, chef kiss to that engineer because
Mhm.
it is amazing. The bass is clear. Everything is
Yep.
clear. There's no muddy. There's no nothing, there's no
Nothing
highs
is
over here.
overmodulated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Phew,
Yeah.
they
I
mic
mean,
that.
they make it work, and I
They make it work.
love Tiny Desk. I mean, I've been introduced to new artists because of
Exactly.
Tiny Desk. And I mean, and with the fact that they're, you know, with what they're doing this year with Black Music Month, I mean,
Mhm.
I'm honestly, I applaud it. And especially adding that mix of adding the legacy of BET because, you
Absolutely.
know, for both of us,
Absolutely.
we grew up with BET.
Absolutely.
BET was that channel that we tuned,
Absolutely.
turned our TV to, and
Absolutely.
you know.
I mean, because this is
So
after Soul Train has now, been
yeah,
dissolved, and
hmm
Don Cornelius is no longer on,
yeah, he
primetime
passed the
television.
torch.
He
Yeah,
passed the torch to Donnie Simpson Video Soul. So
yeah,
being in, and again, that's another thing. I think that the way that they did this, to pay that tribute to BT, someone understands the whole thing about it's a complete package when
yeah,
you're an artist. You
hmm
have to get to know the actual artist as well. And Video Soul, Donnie Simpson did that. He masterfully did that, setting these people on the couch. He really
yes,
listened for that 1 hour. And you notice how
hmm
it was only one artist at a time for one
yep,
hour that he had this in-depth conversation with, which allowed you to really get to know the artist and
get to know.
understand the
Yes,
project that they were launching. That is just, again, these things go
yes,
hand in hand with creating that ultimate fan. And
yeah,
that's what I love about music, is because, again, you're listening to what the artist is going through, what was their
hmm
inspiration for the
yep,
project, what it took for them, how many breaks did they have to, did they get,
hmm
did they get writer's block during this
yep,
time of trying to push this thing out, or how many tracks did not make the album cut. These are
yeah,
things that you kind of hear, but you could only hear them during that interview with Donnie
hmm
Simpson. So I just want to say kudos to Donnie Simpson, because he
yes,
was the best that did it when it came to music
hmm
on that scope, as far as interviews and really getting the fan to know, closely, and develop that particular relationship, that
yeah.
special relationship with the artist. So
Yes, with
kudos to
those pretty eyes. Them
Yes,
pretty eyes.
absolutely.
Let me
That,
tell
I
you.
mean, that just helped it, you know? He ma
You know?
he made it very easy for you to watch and sit there for an hour to look at this man.
Exactly. You know, but also, and here's the other part that many people may forget is that Donnie Simpson, he really was that stepping stone of other people
VJs.
having their own
Mhm.
talk shows as well.
That's right.
Arsenio Hall,
Exactly.
he really took after Donnie Simpson with the style of interviewing
Of
that
the
he
interview.
did. So, I mean,
Yes.
so Donnie Simpson really opened the door for
Mhm.
so many
Kenny.
others
That's right.
because
Absolutely.
it wasn't that trash TV of
Mhm.
wanting to do the reality TV style interviews. No, he really went in and giving us the opportunity to get to know the
No, the
artist
artist.
and people like Arsenio Hall or even Jennifer Hudson, who
Mhm.
allows you to get the opportunity to get to know the artist or the actor as
Absolutely.
well. And Donnie
Absolutely.
Simpson did that.
He did.
And and also paved the way for like Free, which I do hate that they didn't choose Free and AJ for the
Right.
106 and
For the
Park
106 in
portion.
Park. Exactly.
I hate that because
Yeah.
they were the originators.
Exactly. They were the OGs of that
They
particular
were.
segment, which, again, that was an extension, but you can see that they studied under the tutelage of
Yes.
Donnie Simpson, though.
Yes.
He laid the foundation, and he kind of forged the way for others that came after him to have that interview. I mean, you can go as far as when Joe Claire was on Rap City. Oh, excuse me, let me
Yes.
go back before. The mayor of Rap City,
Mhm.
Chris Thomas, baby.
Yes.
He had to dance and everything. Man,
Yes.
these cats, when I tell you, they brought a different flair. Everybody was doing their own thing, but they added their
Yes.
own stank on the end of it and made it their
Yes.
own. I mean, man, you had Angela Striblin. Remember Creepy
Yes.
Vibes? Oh my goodness, we used to
Oh
get that on
gosh, yes.
Saturdays.
Oh, and you can't forget the late night too.
You can't.
You
You
can't forget the
can't.
late night.
You can't get. You can't, you cannot forget. Again, the extension of the Quiet Storm. It was
Mhm.
fantastic to see how they really truly
Yes.
a radio show or radio network live
Mhm.
in living color.
Yes.
That's exactly what they did. The
Yeah. I
Quiet Storm.
mean, the Quiet Storm, and let's be honest, the Quiet Storm is really what boosts Sade,
Yes,
because Sade was
we
all
said that.
over the Quiet Storm in
Yes,
BET, on BET,
we
and
said that.
propelled her.
Right.
I mean, she was Quiet
She
Storm.
was the
So
Quiet Storm. Yep.
again, I mean, as you said, BET was a platform for those artists when platforms like MTV would
Right.
not allow Black artists to be played.
We have to stress that. We have to stress that.
Mhm.
And who was that first artist to get artists to be played? Come on,
Yep.
Michael Jackson.
And
He did the
Michael
videos
Jackson.
on there. So
Yep.
again, these things we cannot make up, but we
Yep.
have to pay homage to these things, because if you do not understand your past, you will not know where to or how to go forward. I'm
Mhm.
seriously, you will not
Yep.
have that direction. So again, BET, the things that they did, the legacy was fantastic that they laid. And
Mhm.
I really do believe that, uh, again, we are in this time where we could now bring this back on our own. We probably won't even need a network. Honestly,
Mhm.
with the way that AI is going right now, the way that everyone is forging these channels. I mean, we have Netflix now that's signing on for podcasts
Yeah.
with video. And so man, I can see it now where someone will actually come, and I hope they choose us. I would love to do it. We would love to do it. We would
I mean,
love
let's
to
do it.
do it. I'm going to put that out in the ether,
Let's do it.
because
Put
let's
that in the
do it.
universe.
Let's do it. Let's do it, because again, we need that, especially with
We need
these
that.
younger folks that are coming through, just to
Mhm.
have that. Because there's no print. We went from television to print, where we could go and get the latest cover of Vibe magazine to read about you.
Yes.
There's no the media aspect of the artist and the fan, that's been severed
Yeah.
by the
It's
record
different now.
companies. It's
Yeah.
different now, but it's
It's
so
different now.
needed right now. You wonder
Mhm.
why rap is not in the top 50 or the top 100 or the top 10 on the
Yeah.
Billboard charts. It's because people are disconnected with it. No one.
It's different. It's definitely different now because, I mean, back then, I mean, we had Word Up magazine,
Yes,
Vibe, as you mentioned,
we sure did. Vibe. We
Source
had
magazine.
Jive magazine. We had
Yeah.
all of those, right? Right on.
Yeah.
Remember
Right on.
that? Sister to Sister magazine.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, so there were those magazines that really allowed fans to be in touch with their artists, and get posters, to really get a chance to
oh,
read up on the artists that you really enjoyed, and to get an intimate look at what they liked, what they didn't like, and so on.
right.
And now, yes, there is social media, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. And yes, some things that are old school, it, it it needs to come back in a way that
And
it
it is. It is actually, BZ. That's the thing I just want to point out, because remember, I just said Atlanta Jazz Festival. Every artist that hit the stage said, you can follow me over here to have a merch table. Once
yeah,
I leave and come off the stage, I have vinyl. We're going back to tangible things now.
yeah.
We want tangible material, not
Mhm.
necessarily the streams and the downloads anymore when it comes to
Mhm.
when the artist puts things out. They
Yeah.
are actually making sure that their patrons walk away with something to
With
remember them
Yep.
by. That
Yep.
plain and simple. That's the
Yeah.
whole added advantage.
Yeah, and vinyl is selling, but, and again, I mean, and this is where BET really propelled,
Hmm.
the artist's music.
Right.
And you really don't have that now because yes, we are in the
Digital
streaming,
age. Yeah.
digital age. And so, so will it ever come back? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, we have a
I agree with you.
tendency of history repeating itself.
Yes, we do.
And so, will print ever come back? That's one of the things that I probably would say may not,
May not. Right. It may take on a
but
different form. Let's say that.
exactly.
I
It
think it's
may
going to be
come
more or
in a
less
different
digital.
form.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mhm.
But I think, physical forms of music that will come back. I think it will make a resurgence. Um, and we'll see what happens. But again, I really love what NPR has done with this, the lineup that they have. I mean, they have a little something for everybody who's nostalgic when it comes to BET. I mean,
Oh,
they've
excuse me.
they, they've got Floetry that's in this one. And then you've also said that they played Gina, which I'm new to Gina, and
I am too.
heck of an artist.
Very
Heck of
so.
an artist. What did you think about her performance?
I loved it. It was truly amazing. And here's the thing about Gina. It gave me, excuse me, it gave me kind of a jazzy,
Yep.
soulful vibe. I can't really, it's, I feel like I've heard it before
Mhm.
because it's a combination of a lot of things. One,
Yeah.
first and foremost, it's a combination of a lot of things. But what I must say is that I actually found out about Gina via social media. So this is where TikTok
Mm.
kind of comes into these artists,
Yep.
favor
Yeah.
by hearing her and then again being able to hear her via the social media. It's only a 20, 30 seconds, take. So it's not really
Mhm.
a lot to chew on, right?
Yeah.
But to see her set, that made me a believer because I was like, okay, the background singers were
Yeah.
they harmonized like no other. But we got to give a shout out to Karriem Riggins, the
Yeah.
drummer.
Yeah.
Nice, and you can see the jazz
Mhm.
influences that this man
Yeah.
has. The timing,
Yeah.
what Nate Smith said, the
Mhm.
pocket. Everyone was in the pocket,
Yeah.
bruh.
Yeah.
That was
I
nice. That was a
mean,
nice
and
performance.
and like I
Refreshing.
said, I mean, as you said before, a renaissance.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening because people are starting to step away from, the music that puts you in the club
Mm-hmm.
and giving you that deep thought. And that's what you're
Exactly.
starting to see a lot of. And that's what's making a resurgence. Now, mind you,
Exactly.
you're still going to get those dance hits. You're still
Yeah.
going to get that.
Yeah.
But again, it's reminiscent of the late '90s and 2000s.
That's right.
It's
Exactly.
making
That
that resurgence.
nineteen
Yep.
ninety six to 2001, you know?
2001, 2003.
Free.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
it's making that resurgence. And so artists like Gina, I mean, she's going to be one of those
To
that
watch.
helps with it. And
That's right.
exactly. And to watch because again, to add that jazz with that neo soul, really reminiscent of Erica Badu. That's how she
Exactly.
came out.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It was Erica. It sounded like Badu-ism, right? It
Mhm.
it sounded
Yep.
it gave me rim shot, but then it
Yeah.
also kind of gave me telephone in
Yeah.
some instance. So I was like,
Mhm.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness. So she just
Yeah.
looked like she just went like this and just said, hey, I'm gonna take the beginnings of Erica and this where she's at now and
Yep.
come
And merge them
together.
together.
Clever,
Yeah. And
clever,
that's where you have to
clever,
appreciate artists like that.
clever.
To mesh the
Mhm.
different styles and fuse it.
Yeah,
And that's what she did in this performance. And I mean,
yeah,
and honestly, artists like this, again, this is where I applaud NPR with the artists that they have
yes.
in this lineup for the month of June. And honestly, I do hope that they continue to bring on artists like that. I mean, I expect NPR to continue to do that. They
Absolutely.
haven't failed me yet,
Absolutely.
and so I continue for them to continue to do this. And so, kudos to them for bringing her on.
Yes, we want to give a shout out to Bobby Carter, the host and series producer
Yeah,
for the Tiny Desk Sessions, because honestly, this was fantastic, a great taking, and the artist selection so far has
yeah,
been spot on.
yeah,
Really, it's been
yeah,
spot on. So hopefully it will continue throughout the rest of the series with that as well.
yeah.
But
I honestly think it will.
yes, I do too. So, but let me ask you a question though about
Yeah.
because again, there was something that kind of stood out to me as I was listening to Gina and Karriem Riggins playing on his set.
Mhm.
I kind of envisioned Diana Krall. For a split second, I heard a little
Mm.
something from Diana Krall. I was like, oh,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes. So there's a lot of stuff that is moving with this. Again, very dreamy, very floaty energy that we was witnessing. Again,
Mhm.
the way that the background singers kind of harmonize, the harmonies, and then the complexity of them riding over and kind of in between the beats as he's drumming. Oh
Mhm.
my goodness. And then the guitarist coming in and filling in the areas where there's pockets. Man, their performance was amazing. I was like, man, this is funky. It's fresh.
Mhm.
Again, this is from the California area. This is West Coast, bro.
So
West
I
Coast.
didn't get Diana Krall.
You didn't get no Diana Krall?
I didn't get Diana Krall, but what I
He's worked
did
with Diana
get,
Krall. That's why I said that.
yeah, he has. But here's what I got from the performance. Again, we got some neo soul, we
Uh-huh.
got some jazz,
Uh-huh.
but what I got from the performance, I got Sarah Vaughan.
You got Sarah Vaughan.
I got Sarah Vaughan because if you've listened to Sarah Vaughan's work, because Sarah Vaughan can hit you fast, Sarah Vaughan can hit you slow,
Okay.
Sarah Vaughan puts you on a wave. And that's what Gina did. So that's what I heard
Okay, so
in
you
her
heard
style and
that.
in her voice.
Hey,
That's what I
I
heard.
like that. I like that. So see, again, us sharing these things makes you go back and look at it from a different scope, though, another lens. Now I'm going to go back and revisit the actual performance and look at it from from a lens from what you're saying, Sarah Vaughan, to see
Mhm.
if I can hear these cadences as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I heard, and so, but again, you know, and on top of that, a little Jasmine Horn, because Jasmine Horn does that as well.
Yes.
So, so again, there's so many different influences in her music that just really stands out.
Okay.
And so again, this is where I will say she is going to be an artist that
To watch.
to watch. And I think if she works with the right people,
Mm-hmm.
I think that she will be an artist that will stay around for a long time.
I
I
I
really do.
I I I 100% agree with you on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I honestly do.
her
I
future's
honestly
bright.
do. Yeah.
Her
I
future's
really
very
do.
bright because I was very impressed. Very,
Yeah.
very impressed with that.
Yeah.
So next up we've got, I think Joe is going to drop this Tuesday. So we'll talk
Okay.
about Joe and some of the others here. Who
I
else on this
wanna
list are you looking?
know.
Now, I love Joe.
uh,
I love Joe. I love Joe, and I don't think Joe get his just due, but Joe is a really talented singer. The things that he can do as far as with vocal control, he has a lot of vocal control.
you know, for me, I'm gonna say this. Joe for me is, uh, he's a crooner. He's
Mm-hmm.
definitely a crooner,
Yeah.
and you get what you get from Joe, and he's not gonna give you dance. He's not gonna give you any slide. you just gonna get them vocals, and that's what you're gonna get from Joe, and you better like it. And so what I will say about Joe is, he's stood the test of time, because I'm gonna say this: when Joe came out back in the day with all the things your man won't do,
Yeah.
if you ask me then, would Joe still be out now? I'd be like, nah, he ain't gonna be out. I didn't see it coming.
Why? Okay, you gotta
So he
expound
has
on this.
surprised me.
Okay.
He has surprised me. He really has, because here's the thing. And again, this is strictly my opinion. When you have artists who don't cross over, or have music that doesn't cross over and doesn't have a hit that really sticks, they tend to fade away. And Joe has had some hits, but he hasn't had hits that really crossed over or really hit.
Don't
It's
want to be
all
a
been
player? Faded pictures?
it's really just stayed mainstream. That's what I mean. It's stayed mainstream.
Oh
He's
no,
really had
man.
nothing that crossed over. And so that's what I mean by that. He's really had nothing that crossed over. And so if you haven't had anything that hasn't crossed over, that's sometimes where you see people fade away. So, and I'll use Freddie Jackson as an example.
Okay.
Freddie Jackson, he kind of just faded away. Even though early 80s, well, mid 80s,
Yeah,
you couldn't touch him. But after that, you haven't really had anything from him. You've got albums here or there, but did they really sell? Were people really rushing to see him? You really didn't. And so that's what really surprised me with Joe. Again, I do enjoy him, but he surprised me. He surprised me. It's a pleasant surprise, because I did not think his career would be a lasting career. I
Really?
honestly didn't. I did not. I did not foresee Joe having a lasting career. I did not.
I thought I listen, honestly, I would have thought that he would have had a lasting career if the rap hadn't took over from R&B. Because again, we don't think do you know any other male R&B singer that is the equivalent to, outside of Usher? Who else did we have that's on the equivalent to Beyonce on that magnitude?
Yeah,
We don't have
exactly.
anybody else.
Exactly.
But that's only
Yeah.
because the music, the style, what we're playing is just more or less hip hop. So this whole thing now that everybody's saying that R&B is dead and all this, no, it's not. It's never been.
No,
it's
it's
never
not.
died.
No,
It just
it
went
hasn't.
underground. It just went underground, and now
Yeah.
it's actually this
It's
trail ride music.
resurging.
It's
It's
trail ride music,
resurging.
because those are R&B
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
hear it all day.
Yeah. And like I said, it's a pleasant surprise, because again, another example, Case, Chico DeBarge, artists
But
who,
although, yes, they had other issues too that also kind of attribute to the downfall. So you can't say that.
so, and again, like I said,
Come on, man.
or even Genuine, because Genuine had to come out with an album
Oh, that happened.
forever.
Dang, there was other things that kind of attribute to that.
But again, Joe is a pleasant surprise, and I'm glad that he's on this. I really am,
I am
because
too.
again, an upstanding singer, and again, his music has always been positive, and then on top of that, always there and supportive. He's always supportive. So that's why I'm pleasantly surprised, and I'm glad he's on this. So,
again, I want to just say kudos to Mr. Bobby, because again, I have never met you, brother, but Bobby Carter, thank you, because your playlist must be amazing. You got to think about it. All these cats that he keeps bringing to the table, this is amazing.
Yeah.
What Joe has though, and I must say this because one day I was listening to, we were talking about Rome,
Mhm.
so kind of put on Rome's playlist on Pandora. Of course, it's cycling through all the different artists that are in that same niche. Joe
Mhm.
comes on, and I'm listening to All I Do, um, and then you listen to uh Faded Pictures and all the others, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, this man had hits like no other.
He
The
did.
one thing that I love about Joe is the class. And this is what I would like to
That's
see
it.
come back into
That's it.
R&B and into performances. Class. Come on, y'all. We
Yes.
got to put on a suit. You got to, I mean, even if you don't wear a suit, but wear something nice. Be
Mhm.
presentable when you're up here crooning. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I should not have to figure out whether you're trying to be a rapper
Or a singer.
or sing.
Yeah. And I think that's really what made him stand out,
Very much so.
versus like a Carl Thomas,
And
another
I like
artist.
Carl. I like Carl.
I like Carl Thomas too. I wish I never met her either.
Carl was classy. He was very
Carl was
classy.
that classy. But again, he has faded away. We'll use him as an example. We'll remove everybody else I named. But Carl
Okay.
Thomas. Carl Thomas is a good example who has disappeared.
I think though there was other circumstances, reason why they did. Again, it could be management.
Well,
Certain
I will
label
say
that
for
the guy
him,
was
I think
on.
it is. I think it is for him management because I don't
It
think
could have been
Carl
a
Thomas should have ever
label.
been with Bad Boy. But anyway,
Again, that's not a good example. And again, you got to think about the time that we were in. Hip hop was making
yeah,
a surge like no other, and it literally snuffed out all R&B. I mean, whether it was
yeah,
female driven, whether it was male driven, whether it was boy band, girl band, all of it.
yeah.
To the point where rappers even now singing their own parts. They singing the melodies. Rappers are singing
Hmm.
the melodies.
Yeah,
50
yeah.
Cent come out. Go shout it. It's your birthday. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no chick singing
No,
out the
I
book.
feel you. I feel you.
He sung all the
But
parts.
I feel you. But I mean, but you asked me, who am I excited to see in this? I'm gonna be honest, and it'll probably surprise you with who I'm about to say.
Oh my goodness. Let me look at the list again. Lord. She
Eight
about to
Ball and
oh,
MJG. Eight Ball
no, you
and
didn't you
MJG.
look, I'm with you. That's the one I've been waiting on. That's the one that I've been waiting on. 8 Ball
I
and MJ.
mean,
Oh my
that goes
God.
back to my Southern roots,
Yes,
and
sir.
and I'm gonna be honest, I'm super excited because I mean,
Mm,
look,
mm. This gonna be
look,
good.
do my faux crip walk when I see him perform. I mean, for real, like,
Man, when they do Candy, I hope they do Candy. Lord, please do Candy. That was my song by them, man. I love it. My brother is listening right now. Dude, you know that's our jam right there, man.
yeah,
Shout
look,
out to
I mean,
Cassius Clay.
that was, living in Mississippi. I mean, 8 Ball, MJG. I mean, look.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, and so, that I already got to hear Floetry. So that was my other side of of being excited because again, love Floetry. I hated seeing them break up and then seeing them back
Mm,
together. I mean, it's like a warm, cuddly blanket that I'm just like, oh,
exactly.
thank you. Just,
You're
so
right. You're
so
right.
yeah, so and then seeing Eve. I mean, seeing Eve hit the stage, and I know she's coming out with an album as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she's also got a her anniversary album coming, that's out now. So, I
Oh,
mean,
really?
so yeah,
Which one is
she's
this from?
is it Scorpion? I think.
Scorpion?
Yeah, I
I
think
think it
so.
is.
I think so.
Scorpion.
That's on
Okay.
vinyl now. So, I mean, so seeing
Scorpion on
her
vinyl.
yeah. So seeing her, you know, uh, on Tiny Desk will be good, because I mean she's got a lot of new stuff coming out, and then on top of that, as you mentioned in our last show, the book that she's got,
Yes.
and so I mean, so a lot of big things coming for Eve, and so I think her being on Tiny Desk, is just the icing on the cake. to be very honest. So
Absolutely.
so excited to see her. But again, I think this lineup that they have,
Mhm.
I think is just phenomenal. So who are you excited to see?
Fred Hammond.
Okay, okay, gotta throw some
Fred
gospel in there.
Hammond to
I
me,
love it.
Fred Hammond, you remember the Wild CDs used to come out? Man, Fred Hammond always had a
Yes.
track on it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That was the first time when I heard No Weapon Formed Against. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Fred Hammond. I was like, man, this cat is doing something phenomenal with
Yeah.
gospel
Yes. Yes.
because
Absolutely.
he still gave, to me, his gospel was funky. It was like he
Mhm.
was hitting all cylinders with
Yeah.
just in the pocket. Man, Fred
Yeah.
Hammond. And then the voice is powerful. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
am so excited to see Fred Hammond on this. And again, Eve, 8 Ball, MJG, and of course Joe. I love Joe. I'm sorry. I got everything Joe ever made. I love Joe. He just so happens to have to add my last name, but that ain't, it ain't partial to that.
They might be
That's not the
cousins.
real reason.
Just saying, they might be cousins.
It might be
But no,
cool, but I root for my team, I root for my family. But anyway, I love Joe, and I guess that's probably why I lean so much to Carl Thomas as well. He has my name, so I'm like, okay. Gotta root for him. Gotta root for him. But
look,
yeah, Joe to
I
me is
get it.
class. He is
He is
sophistication.
classy.
When he gets out there, he just gets out there. It's just him and the mic. And
Yeah.
again, it reminds me the way Joe present when he goes out on stage, because I have had the honor to see him, think twice
Mhm.
in concert. But
Okay.
he reminds me of Jeffrey Osborne when Jeffrey hits, because
Mm.
I've had the opportunity to watch Jeffrey live. Whew.
Okay. Was Jeffrey on time?
Jeffrey was on time. He sung with the mic with the cord on it, and he rapped that bad boy.
Lord.
Yeah, he didn't. Jeffrey doesn't use a cordless mic. He said he has to make sure his connection is gonna hit when he speaks. It got
I
the flow.
noticed that he still sings with a corded
He
mic.
sings with
So
a corded mic. He was in an interview.
okay.
And he said that,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
agree because his stuff sounded crystal clear, like if we had just put the needle on the record. I'm telling you, Jeffrey was
Okay.
smooth
Okay.
with a suit on and everything. Then,
Yep.
of course, he's going to take that suit jacket off, and he had that muscle shirt on.
Yep.
It was fine, though. It was clean. It was a clean suit. I was like,
Mhm.
yes, I'm here
That's
for
what
it,
he's
Jeffrey.
gonna do. That's
And,
what he's
and
gonna
Joe
do.
gives me the same thing. Joe, he'll come out there with a full suit on and sing his
You
heart.
know? And you know what? And again, and paying homage and respect the late Peebo Bryson.
There you
Same cat.
go. Man, we just lost
Suit.
people.
And we just lost Peebo, but he was that same type. Had a
That's what I'm
suit
talking
on,
about.
and came out with the voice. And so, and that's all you needed. And again, and that's why again I say Joe is a pleasant surprise, a refreshing surprise,
Mhm,
because you don't have artists like that who
exactly.
honestly like him, who have lasting careers, to be very honest. Nowadays, artists like that, they do fade away. And so for me, that's why he is a pleasant surprise. But also,
Exactly.
I think also Joe has had a lasting career because honestly, let's look at the hits that the hooks that he's made with Big Pun. Come
That's what I
on.
just
Were
told
you
you.
here?
Yeah, don't want to be a payer.
So, so I mean, again, so I mean, he's it. So again, pleasant surprise,
I'm
and I'm
trying to
glad
tell
he's
you.
on this
I'm trying to
and
tell you.
introduce
I
the
want
young
all the
people to
brothers
it.
that I call them the Keith Washington players. I want all the players like Keith Washington to come back. Come back and get on the bless us, man, on the mic with the freshness, man, with your fresh cut and your suit on, man. Do it. Do it.
You know
Sing
what?
us a ballad or
Keith,
two.
Keith Washington is an underrated artist.
Yes, he is, but he's
Keith
fresh. He's
Washington is
nice,
an
man.
underrated
I
artist.
love Keith, man.
You know,
Smooth brother.
because
Smooth brother.
look,
I'm
because
telling you.
he's got some good stuff. But we say
Exactly.
that for another day because I
That's
do like
right.
Keith Washington. But
Exactly.
but yeah, I agree
Guys,
with you there.
exactly. If y'all love this conversation, because we could talk about this all night, but if y'all love this conversation, we would love to hear back from you guys. Please put it in the
Yes.
comments who you would like to see, who are you most eager to see on this year's BET tribute. Black Music
Yes.
Month's Tiny Desk Sessions. Please, we love to hear from you. Guys, remember you can follow and watch the entire show on YouTube. Follow us on our YouTube channel, Vibe Theory. Follow us on all of our socials. Please do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, guys, keep the faith and keep the peace.